Hey everyone, today we are going to rank the top 10 characters in the John Wick franchise. This is my top 10 favorite or best characters from the John Wick franchise. Once this video is all said and done, I would like you to leave a comment down below telling me if you agree or how your list differs. Then I'd love to get back to you and talk to you about it because this is one of my favorite franchises currently and one of my favorite movies of the year. So, without further ado, coming in at number 10, we have Kila. This is a brand new character from John Wick 4 and he's a lot of fun. He steals the show every time he's on screen and his fight scenes are very memorable and some of the best parts of the new movie. I didn't even realize that he was played by Scott Adkins until after the movie. I saw people talking about it on Twitter, and that was really cool for me to see. He's just a hulking brute of a character who is a blackjack dealer at this underground casino and a badass fighting assassin, and he is a great addition to this franchise. Coming in next at number 9, we have Zero. So this is the final boss, big battle that John Wick has to deal with in Chapter 3, Parabellum, and this character is a lot of fun. So he's played by the Iron Chef himself, and he is a John Wick superfan while also wanting to defeat John Wick, and it causes a very cool diversion in their fight, and it makes the fight a lot of fun to watch, and one of the best fight scenes of the entire franchise. His character is enjoyable, funny, and a great time to have around. Coming in number 8, we have Sophia. So she is another addition in John Wick Chapter 3, and she is played by Halle Berry, who gives an incredible performance, and she is a fan favorite right from the get-go. Her dogs are also fan favorites, as they are as much of assassins in the fight as she is, and she's a great partner for John Wick to have in those action scenes. I think she was a lot of fun to have, and I hope she comes back in this franchise. So coming in next at number 7, we have Shimazu Koji, who is the Winston type manager of the Osaka Continental Hotel. And he is a lot of fun, him and his daughter both on screen, and even though we only get him for a small portion of the movie, he really has a nice presence, and his action and fight scenes are incredible. And he sets up some future things in this franchise in that small amount of time we have for him, and I'm very excited for those to play out. Coming in next at number 6, we have Winston Scott himself, the manager of the New York Continental Hotel. And he is always a great time to have in these movies. We've had him since John Wick 1. He ends up all the way in John Wick 4. And sometimes you can't tell if he is in it for himself or if he really is a true great friend to John Wick. And that is a cool dynamic to watch, especially at the end of John Wick 3, where you feel like you want to hate Winston for his actions, but then you start to come back around him in John Wick 4. And always a favorite to have. Definitely a top 10 character, but not quite in the top 5 for me. Just doesn't have that gravitas that I need. And now these last characters in my top 5, I have to say I love all of them, and every time they are on screen, I get a kick out of it. So, coming at number 5, we have the Bowery King, played by the great Lawrence Fishburne. It's really nice to see Lawrence Fishburne and Keanu Reeves back in a big-time action franchise together since they had the Matrix films together. And although the Bowery King doesn't get a lot of screen time, every time he is on screen, he's a really fun time and a great presence, and he just adds another level to these films that I can really appreciate. Coming in next at number 4, we have the brand new character in John Wick Chapter 4, Mr. Nobody. And this was a great addition to these movies. Him and his dog are a very good pairing to follow along through this, as he is kind of in it only for the money to take down John Wick. He's not one of these trained assassins as part of the Continental. He's just his own thing, and he wants the $14 million for John Wick, and he will do anything he can to get his money and more. At first, you think he's just this basic guy going after John Wick, trying to stop him, but him and John Wick come to an understanding at some point in the film, and that really adds to his character, and you just start to love him from that point forward. Coming at number 3, I have the main character of this franchise, John Wick. And I know it might be crazy to put the main character at just number 3, but for me, he's not the best character in these films. I mean, these films are based around him, but the side characters and the side stories is really what makes these films. It's not John Wick himself. We follow him from John Wick 1 to John Wick 4. He's a fantastic character. Keanu is always a fun time to watch on screen. Very badass. I love all the fight scenes. And yeah, it's kind of hard not to put him in your top 3 when you just follow his story and get so devoted and in love with what is happening on screen. And coming at number 2 for me is Sharon, R.I.P. Lance Riddick. Fantastic performance in these movies. He's someone you come to love very quickly, and he is a fan favorite for everyone. It seems like he can do no wrong in these films. And that scene in John Wick 4, after hearing about his death, was so heartbreaking. But you just have to love and appreciate what we got out of him in those first 3 films and the beginning of John Wick 4. And finally, my favorite character in the franchise, even though we haven't had that much time to grow with him, coming in brand new in John Wick Chapter 4 is Kane. I love this character. I am a Daredevil fan, and he reminded me of John Wick Universe's version of Daredevil. He was so fun to watch. His action scenes were crazy, and in just that 2-hour and 50-minute runtime of John Wick 4, you get to learn so much about him, so much backstory, so much about his character, and you just love him. You learn to want him to succeed even though he's against John Wick and John Wick's friend. It's a very cool dynamic, and he is by far my favorite character in this franchise. Thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. If you liked this video and want to see more of my content in the future, make sure to leave a like down below and hit that subscribe button to be notified for future content. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great day.